After a minor false alarm, looks like we're finally going. Streamlabs has told me I'm dropping about 1% of my frames, which isn't bad. YouTube's told me I got good stream health. And it doesn't look like I've dropped any frames for about the last 2 minutes, so hopefully it'll be good to go. Because I was dropping like 75-80% of the frames when I just started this. Tried starting a couple minutes ago. So as the description says, I'm going to be hitting OD. I did spend yesterday grinding to get the what I believe is the top level gear I'm going to need to take him out. I'll cover my build, and I'm also going to go into a little bit of strategy over how I plan on fighting him. For those of you who might want to try this yourself, even though I did lose the last time I streamed, because I fought against him probably about 20 minutes to half an hour. Even though I did end up losing that battle ultimately, I did pick up a lot of good things about his pattern. I'm pretty confident I'll be able to take him this time. So, first off, my build, equipment-wise, I built the Eternal Blue Greatsword. I don't know if there's a more powerful Greatsword that I can ever get my hands on. There might be one I haven't found a blueprint to, but this is the best I have so far. It increased my attack significantly over what I had. I was doing just under 100 points of damage to OD the last time I fought him, and I did attack him a couple times with the gauge glasses on. He starts out with about 10,000 health, so if I'm doing a little less than 100 points of damage per hit, I'd hit him over 100 times to make that work. So this is about triple the damage of what that was. So I should only take like 35 to 40 hits to take him out, which is much more manageable. Crafted the Demon Horns, good all-around buffs. Into defense, strength, a little bit of constitution, all that helps me survive. Coronation Gown, again, defense, strength, intelligence, constitution, good all around. Traverser's Ring, I really like the Traverser Ring just because it's linked to how much of the map I've uncovered at this point. I'm just barely short of 100%. So I'm getting almost the maximum buff that I can from having dual Traverser Rings. The only thing that might outstrip the damage is if I put on the gold power ring, which increases attack power in proportion to wealth. But right now my wealth, as you can see, if I put that on there, I'm going to lose a big chunk of my attack. So eventually at some point, if I farmed enough gold, I might be able to overcome that, but right now I can't. I have the Over the Rainbow Scarf, again, defense, strength, constitution. It also has a wide variety of elemental effect resistances. As a matter of fact, the Coronation Gown does as well, defending against freezing attacks, which will help me a lot because OD likes to throw freezing attacks out. Books I have equipped. I'm not sure if I can check that in this setting. I'll hit the shards though. Bloodsteel, OD will bleed when you hit him, so it does not hurt at all to have Bloodsteel on there, so you can hit that once in a while and get some health. It's just free healing. Beast Guardian puts a shield up in front of you. I like this because it helps block some of the Ice Crystal attacks that he uses. Inferno Breath, just because it's great to have the Dragon Breathe Fire on your enemies. Optimizer increases weapon damage and attack speed. Because I got it leveled to rank 4. Now, between the Optimizer and the Tome of Conquest that I have, that really kind of offsets how slow the Great Swords usually are. And for familiar, I took the Silver Knight because he will attack in a short flurry of stabs with his little spear, which is kind of helpful. He also will help defend against incoming projectiles. OD throws a lot of projectiles out there in this particular battle. Books I have equipped. The Might Tome for increased strength, which gives me bonus damage, and the Tome of Conquest It adds the power of 3 different books: Prowess, Tailwind, and Mastery Tomes. Now, you have to have the Tome of Conquest to have OD appear. I have tested this. If you unequip it, he will not appear. So, when you'll teleport into this area over here. If you do not have the tome, you can walk right through this room because there's nothing there. If you do have it, then OD is waiting for you before you enter into the final boss area, which is down over this way. I am not entirely sure how to trigger getting that book unlocked. I know from what I've read online, it says that is the book you unlock for completing the 8-bit Nightmare level. But even after completing that level, it does not unlock right away. I'm not sure if it's based on uncovering so much of the castle, or it might even possibly be linked to the secret locked room bosses like the Revenant, the Millionaire's Bane, and the Master Carpenter. Because in the video where I did finally get that book to appear in OD's library, I did uncover probably the last like 8% of the map I didn't have yet to that point, and I also beat the Revenant, so I'm not sure which triggered it. It might be beating all those secret bosses. It might be just uncovering off of the castle. And supposedly you also need to beat the Undead Nightmare level. So I've not tried this yet. I'm going to switch over my feed to where we at? I'm gonna switch over my feed to Paint real quick because I took some screenshots. I want to go over discuss strategy. So let me see how this will work. May have worked, may not have. Let's see. Does not look like it's grabbing it. Shoot. That is disappointing because I really kind of wanted to show off this. Well, I guess I'll have to instead talk through it when I'm actually doing the battle itself, which is gonna be a little more distracting, but. But Streamlabs is not going to cooperate. And I apologize again for my air conditioner in the background. It's in the 90s today, so it's working overtime. All right, so I'm gonna invert the room as soon as I get. Ow! Not a great start. Let me take this thing out. Well, I did not have that shard yet, so I guess I'm gonna go back and save it real quick, and then we'll get to the OD battle. Because that shard is apparently a rare drop. So after a lot of those things, I haven't gotten one yet. Laugh it up. Yeah, doing over 300 points of damage with one strike is pretty nice. So when I fought OD last time, I had a regular sword, not a great sword, because I like the attack speed. It's what I've been using the entire time up to that point. So what you do not want to do is be on the ground, and I'll explain why as soon as this cutscene is over.
I warned you. What you take from the library must be returned to the library.
So, for anyone who hasn't already drawn the parallels, OD is basically a palette-swapped version of Alucard from Symphony of the Night. As a matter of fact, he even has the same voice actor, and in this battle, he has most of the same power as the Alucard did in Symphony of the Night.
Oops.
You'll pay for this transgression. Death is too kind for you.
So he really is upset I took that book. So if I stay on the ground, I open myself up to 3 attacks that inverting the room gets me out of. If you're staying in front of sorry, not Alucard. Stand in front of OD, he can reach you, he'll grab you and suck your blood. And you need to break loose of it before he drains you. If you don't fight back, he will drain you entirely dry and kill you. If I invert, it's much less likely that he can hit me with that. If you're on the same level as him as well, he can also throw out 3 fireballs, just like Alucard did in his original appearance in Castlevania 3, and like Dracula did in a lot of the Castlevania games. And he also can sometimes turn into the wolf and charge you. Now, when I was playing with the sword versus the great sword, I had to super jump up to get to the same level he did, and I opened myself up some of those attacks anyway, despite inverting. So by switching to the great sword, I should be able to hit him with the overhead slash without having to jump up to the same plane he's on. So I should be able to avoid those attacks. Inverting also makes it easier to dodge his flame pillars and his ice shard attacks because, especially the flame pillars, because those never appear directly where above where he is. So as long as I stay directly below where he is, above if you're not inverted, then those won't hit me. The only other attack he has that's really obnoxious is this one where I'm not sure what exactly it is he does. The colors of the room will shift, and he will basically run to like 3 out of the 4 corners of the room and set off these ice shard attacks, and then snap back to where he started from, and then all these things are released at the same time. During this little tiny segment, you can't move, and even worse, if you have a mana draining ability active, you can't shut it off during this period, so it'll just drain mana without doing anything, which is really frustrating. It's kind of, he telegraphs it by slowly pulling his cloak back, so it's pretty easy to see when it's coming. The only other attack you really need to worry about is like toward, I'm guessing, the latter half of the battle, he starts turning into mist and the bat, and the bat can't attack you pretty much anywhere in the room. So with that, we'll go ahead and get this started. And that he's starting off with that move. Not great. Oops. Okay, I'm only doing about 200 damage to him. I assumed I'd be doing closer to 300. A little disappointing. But I'm not jumping up to the same plane as him. Yeah, you saw him drawing his cloak back. And this feels like a good battle. I'm gonna eat some of my food. I did craft a lot of food. I got some that'll boost my max hit points. I got some that'll boost my constitution. Constitution buff will help keep me from getting wounded as badly, which is definitely welcome. Obviously, hit points are self-explanatory why I want those. We're pretty much full up now. Ooh. And that took off almost all my health already.
Scrumptious. Delicious. Scrumptious. Scrumptious.
So that goes through pretty much all my food that I'm going to get the first time buff out of.
Scrumptious.
I'm actually doing slightly more damage. Oh, there's his... And there I am wasting all my mana. Started out very promising, now it's not going so well. Where'd he go? Getting to the end of my getting to the end of my food that I brought with me. Wow, that could have taken me out in one shot. Despite the relatively strong start, I'm not doing very well now. Wow. Oh, he missed me entirely. Does not usually happen. Oh my god, I got him. Oh! Standstill. Projectile field that stops time. That's gotta be what he was doing to me for casting those, ice shard attacks. Alright, well, I'm heading back to save it before I do anything else. Buy some new potions. And then we're going to... I am curious to see what happens if I go back and talk to OD. So, after I save this and get my... Save this and get my potions restocked, we'll go check that out. And I know there's recipes and crafting blueprints I have not found yet, because there are things that I need to craft for some of these side quests that I can't figure out how to do. So I know I've missed stuff progressing through here, even though I have 100% of the almost 100% of the map done.
It's good to see you. So, what'll it be?
All right. Why am I talking to you?
Come back if things.
Seems like checking in with him would be the nice thing to do, I guess. But yeah, on top of crafting that stuff, so I'm just looking to drop frames. It's also saying it's less than 1%, so I'm hoping the stream health is okay. Yeah, but on top of stocking up on food and crafting new food recipes and crafting better gear, I also got up to level 52, which I'm sure helped as well to increase my damage and damage, health, all that good stuff. So yeah, I am curious. What is going to happen if I go talk to OD? Is he dead? Can I loot the library? Query minds want to know. He's still there.
Oh, D? You're still alive?
Vampire. Remember?
Now that mask is what you get if you that he's wearing currently is what you get if you bump on in a chair from underneath with the super jump or inversion.
Right. Sorry. I suppose you'll be wanting your book back.
No. You defeated me, which means you now command me. Pillage my shelves as you please.
Oh my gosh.
I'll go with this. I'll go with this. I'll go with this.
I can take all the books at one time. Holy
I'll go with this.
crap. Yeah, I don't know why I'd ever return any of these. Thanks, dude. No hard feelings. Alright, if that doesn't make this final battle attainable, I don't know what will. Now, the one time I did get to the final battle, I fought Dominique a handful of times. She has a pattern very similar to Zangetsu's. Didn't have an especially hard time beating her, but there's another boss after her that's even more obnoxious, so go check that out. I pretty much have the boss fighting build that I'm going to stick with, so let's just get to the final. I don't know who thought it'd be a good idea to have a cannon that shoots monkeys, but where do I go? Down. Yeah, the attack speed now for the great sword is, I won't say it's as fast as the regular sword at the start of the game, but it's not incredibly slow either. Oh yeah, you have to have dimensional shift to get past this. I forgot about that. What is that? Directional? Yes.
Dimension shift.
Oh.
Dimension shift. Dimension shift.
Yeah, I know.
Dimension shift.
I know where some of the things I can get to a dimension shift are at.
Dimension shift.
They're in the Oriental lab. There was a chest I couldn't get to, and there was also the lost farmer dude. I'm assuming that's the third and last time I'll be saving him. So I guess I'll find out whether or not this will actually count as like finishing the game, or if I'll be able to continue playing afterward. There's more to it. Or maybe I'll just need to reload the save and finish exploring the castle. If this actually ends the game. Yeah, I'm at 0.01% drop frames. That sounds pretty stable to me.
So even Gramarye has failed me. Alfred was afraid of what you could do with the shards, but not I. Look at you. Is that what you wanted? The crystal? You betrayed us, Dominique. Oh, don't think me ungrateful. I have you and Johannes to thank for teaching me the alchemist's law and how to control the shards. Why are you doing this? Because once again, the demons appeared, and once again God stayed silent while his servants were slaughtered mercilessly one by one. So I began to wonder, what if there is no God? What if the Lord we grovel and pray before is a lie, and our faith draws power from some other nameless, unspeakable thing? If so, I wash my hands of it, because God can rot. I decided to seek a higher power, the power to slay gods. Do you realize how many people have died as a result? They deserve to die, because they were weak, and more will follow until I obtain all I desire. This whole mess wasn't enough for you? If the last summoning had been enough, I wouldn't have had to bring you here. You're after a more powerful demon. Sheeple's crystal wasn't enough to summon it, so you needed mine instead. Smart girl. I like that. But your crystal was too clean, too pure. So I made sure you would obtain shards and acclimate yourself to demonic power. Then Gremory could possess you after the battle with Jubal had worn you down. If Zangetsu hadn't betrayed me... Doing the right thing isn't a betrayal. You know what? I never expected to be
You
put
dare
in a
speak bad
corner
as
like
Zangetsu.
this. You leave me no choice but to play my final card. I will use my crystal and the Libelo Gaiath to summon Baal, the ultimate demon.
Alright.
Do you realize? Do you? You don't. So I'll tell you. There's a reason Jubal survived 10 years ago. What does he have to do with this? It was in his blood. An exorcist, like me. Our blood suppressed the crystal corruption and effectively spared his life. And now I have surpassed him. I command the crystal through Enochian script. No demon is too powerful for me to summon, even if I cannot keep it here forever. But the process is slow, because I can see the summoning isn't complete. Do you really think you can stop me before then? Oh yes, I do. You don't understand what power is for. You wield it stupidly, arrogantly, and now you will pay the price.
That is significantly easier than the last time I did this. I will give them credit for crafting a truly disturbing looking boss here. Not sure which head to attack, so I'm just gonna attack all of them. What was that? Okay. I need some healing here. Come over here closer so I can smack you. And there we go. There's a weird hiss in my earphones.
She could have done so much good.
I think some of the game audio is glitched.
Wait. The Liber Logaeth.
The book that started it all. What are you going to do with it?
The same thing the Master was trying to do before he died. He inscribed Enochian letters onto each of the castle's structural weaknesses. Now, I will use the book to perform a rite here at the heart of the castle. The rite will activate the Enochian script and send the castle and demons back from whence they came.
So that's what Alfred was trying to accomplish.
We need to begin. Stand back, Miriam.
It's over.
Yeah, it's the game audio. I was afraid of that. Oh well.
Yes. You've made the world right again.
Not without sacrifice. Jebel. Alfred. Tongetsu.
Jibel's fate was already sealed. There was nothing we could have done. And the Master and Zangetsu made their own choices. They fought gladly and proudly for what they believed in. Lives like theirs deserve to be celebrated.
True. And demons still remain in this world. We can breathe later. After finishing the last of them off.
That reminds me. The Master took note of how I was forestalling your corruption and suggested some improvements. I think I might be able to stop the crystal from overtaking you permanently.
Good news.
I can't make any promises, but yes, I think.
Well, thank you, Johannes.
You're very welcome. Come on, let's go home.
All right.
Oh, so that apparently was the entire game. I did get a level up when I killed the boss, so the final boss. So I'm kind of curious to see whether or not I'll be able to continue after the credits are over. So I'll hang on. I believe there's an achievement for watching on the credits, so I'll hang on for these. For everyone who's stuck with all these streams to watch the entire game, thank you. If you had fun or enjoyed any of this, please click like, subscribe, notify, leave some comments on the videos. Might actually be showing all the boss battles. At least a still from them. So yeah, now that the stream series is over for this game, and I'll probably still play it to get 100% on everything like I did for Symphony of the Night. But sometime probably this weekend, I'll organize these into a playlist, kind of clean up my channel a little bit, and I'll also go through and tag and bookmark these or timestamp them for boss battles and other important things. Well, overall, this was a very, very good game. It was made very well. There's only minor issues I had with it. Pacing was a little uneven at the beginning, a little more emphasis on exploration rather than boss battles. I kind of enjoyed the faster pace of the way Symphony of the Night started. I did really enjoy the addition of things like the side quests and the crafting. That added a depth to it, and I think they did a really good job with the story. It isn't the standard just Dracula controlling supernatural enemies. They put some effort into crafting their own lore. And there's definitely more focus on story than there was in Symphony of the Night. I do kind of tend to forget that Miriam can look like other color schemes, because as soon as I got to the customization, I pretty much locked her into the red and black color scheme and never changed it. That was one of my favorite boss battles, just because of how closely it mirrored the battle in the first game. But they added the other twist of having to take shelter behind Zangetsu during part of the battle. That battle wasn't bad either. That was a cool little touch. Yeah, stream health seems to have settled down. as good as when I first started. My first attempt was horrible. Had the battle against Alfred was one of the more interesting ones. It was a challenge. I especially handicapped myself by not using the best weapon I had available at the time. I was using a sword, and I could have been using that one anchor weapon, which is one of the better clubs in the entire game, and about twice as powerful as the sword I was using at the time. I didn't realize I had that item until after I finished the battle with Alfred. Could have set myself a lot of trouble if I didn't equip that, I'm sure. Just, I moved the stars for no one. Did I miss any other scrolling messages? So these look like the Kickstarters. Unfortunately, I did not find out about the Kickstarter for this game until it was too late to back it already. This is the one I definitely would have backed if I had known about it at the time. Now instead, I pre-ordered it shortly before it came out. So as long as these credits don't go too much longer, it's probably my shortest stream I've done for this game. Legit stream, not some of the like 5-second ones that where I started and stopped right away. But the probably the shortest one, clocking it under an hour, 45 minutes right now. I think the shortest one I have so far for this game is an hour and 5 or 6 minutes. And I am kind of curious if I'm ever going to break the 8-hour plus record I set for my one stream. That was crazy. That's gotta be the credits. Oh, there's one. There we go. And there's an achievement for watching all the credits. So, let's see what is available now. Boss rush mode, speedrun mode, okay. Oops. So, okay, get to play the sound files. 1,630 sound effects, 843 voices, special messages.
Dumb, but cool. Know that Johnny Galanis, Captain Thrashbeard, will be the Pirate King. Jukchong of Paisona. Not a humpan? Not a humpan. Check out L1 Games on YouTube.
Huh.
May the light of lamp illuminate your way.
Interesting. The one thing they really need to add as a feature is being able to swap monitors on command. It's a little clunky getting that to work. Now that has a clear note on it, so I'm not sure what happens if I start it again. I'm at 99.8%, so somewhere I missed a room. Alright, I'm gonna have to go some other point and try to figure out what I missed. I don't see anything obvious jumping out of me. But at 99.8%, there's got to be just like one room I missed. I mean, that is way up there. But so now you know you can continue in your save after beating it, so you don't need to start on the game. You can finish completing for your 100% stuff, because I have items I never got, demons I never killed apparently, shards I need to collect, quests I haven't finished, hardly even touched the techniques, supplies, materials, weapons, all that good stuff. Yeah, I don't fully understand how the technique thing works, so I'll have to look into that. I know there's a handful of achievements I don't have either. I said I was I did not have 100% completion for the demons, so what am I missing? Demon 44. I am missing one demon. Bale does not have a shard. Okay. Dominique does not have anything. Yeah, most of the bosses I'm assuming are always going to drop their stuff. This was one of the coolest bosses. I mean, the fact that they had a callback that directly to the Castlevania series. I'd have to go back and fight the 8-bit Overlord apparently, because I don't have his shard. Drops another item. I don't think I got the 8-bit zombie shard. No, I didn't. Master Carpenter dropped stuff I didn't get. I got all of his stuff. So you guys he doesn't drop anything. Double jump. Cheetle, Alfred. I hated him. Yes, I mean that's just the bosses, and I'm missing stuff out of them. There's, yeah, I'm at 82% shards. There's still item drops. Yeah, so there will be plenty to keep me busy for a while at this game, but I do not plan on streaming any more of it, just because it would. I know it's not going to be exciting to watch me kill enemies over and over again, hoping to get another drop, or scouring every nook and cranny in the castle trying to find, you know, a recipe or something. So yeah, as I said before, if you guys enjoyed watching this, please click like, subscribe to the channel, click notify so you can stay on top of whatever I decide to stream next. I kind of use this series of streams to get my gear up and running for serious streaming. I think for the most part I've actually managed to do that. So I'll probably be making the jump to Twitch for live streaming and just archiving the videos here on YouTube afterward. That's pretty much it for now. And I'll be still clocking out of this in less than an hour. So, night everyone. See you next time.